welcome back to the new episode of the Glow Beyond podcast. And today we have this lovely girl with us. Her name is Hayley. Hi, Hayley.
Hello, hi Rocky. Nice to meet you.
So Hayley and I chatted for a bit before this, and I just feel like she's such a lovely girl, and she's so bubbly. But of course, knowing her journey, you would wonder why is she still so bubbly. So Hayley,
Yes.
tell us a little bit more about you.
Yeah. So I'm Hayley Gong. Hi. And I'm 27 this year, and I suffer from eczema, and I have been since I was 21. And besides that, I am also a game producer.
Nice.
A video game producer for a AAA game, and also I'm a big nerd.
Big nerd.
Yeah, I love Dungeons and Dragons.
Nice. Maybe one day we should play together.
Yeah, definitely.
I've never played before, but I always see it on Big Bang Theory.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's a very complex game. You cannot play just two people. It has to be like more than 2-3 people like that.
I'm pretty sure my boyfriend would love to join.
Yes, I'm very, very sure. As long as he's a nerd, I think he'd be into it.
So how are you feeling?
A bit nervous lah, you know.
Yeah, so
On the podcast, in front of the camera. But you know, it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, so she keeps saying that she feels very nervous, but I keep telling her that, you know what, you're just here to share your story, and this is exactly what we are going to do right now.
Yeah.
So Hayley, I mean, when people look at you, I mean, people can't help but to realize there's actually a huge patch of birthmark on your face.
Yeah.
So, do you have it since born?
Yeah, I have it since I was born, and it's funny because like when I was born, it was actually like sort of like a lightning shape kind of thing. That's what my parents say lah. That's what my parents say. So after that, like my dad just thought it was funny that he's like, oh, you look like David Bowie.
And Harry Potter.
No, David Bowie.
Okay.
That's his reference last time.
Okay.
Yeah, and then he was like, oh, name you Bowie lo. So my Chinese name is Bowie.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I hated that name so much because I was like, I'm named after a boy. But yeah, like growing up with the birthmark, to be honest, it's not too hard. Because I guess growing up as kids, that's like going to make fun of you and gonna be like, oh, what's that big thing on your face? And they call me what, Darlie, because you know Darlie is like one side white, one side dark, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a bit weird lah. And then like I don't know why it didn't bother me that much. I was just like I'm myself. I'm Hayley. I just do whatever I want. And I think it's because like growing up, my mom is always like, she never put emphasis on my birthmark. Yeah, she's always like, oh, you are perfect the way you are. Like you're pretty. Don't worry about other people. So I think it's because of that. Like I never really have that kind of insecurity about my birthmark. Yeah.
I think it's so lovely that your mom did everything to normalize it for you.
Yeah.
And that like having a birthmark doesn't make you feel weird or, you know, you're someone very different.
Yeah, exactly. I think like my mom knows that like it would put me down. And because like there are other people who told her that, oh, what if she's insecure about her birthmark? And then because of that, then my mom is like, okay, let's not talk about the birthmark. Let's focus on other parts of her. Oh. Yeah, it's nice, but it's okay. She also points out other stuff about me, like other moms lah, you know. She'd be like, oh, your thighs are too fat.
I am normal lah.
Normal lah. Yeah. That's like all moms lah, you know.
Yes.
So instead of my face, I'm insecure about my thighs.
I saw your thigh just now. It's sexy. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Don't worry, okay? You don't have any reason to be insecure about that.
Yeah, it's okay. It's good. Yeah.
So, it's such a wonderful thing to know, like, to know that you're not insecure because of your birthmark. Because I would imagine if I were to have such a huge patch of birthmark on my face, which sometimes I do feel like I have it because like half of my face is covered with psoriasis. Yeah, I mean I'm comfortable with it now, but like last time I would cover up with caps or like just cut bangs to cover it. So I think that's just such courageous. You're very courageous And
Thanks.
sometimes you may not realize it because you have normalized it for yourself. But I
Yes.
believe that you have learned to be courageous for yourself too.
Yeah, and I think it's one thing that I want to talk about a bit as well is that like, because I do meet some girls with birthmark on their face, and then the first thing they come up to me and they're like, I understand how you feel. You may feel ugly, and I'm like, but I don't feel ugly. I think I'm pretty, and that's the thing because I don't like it when people define who I am. I define who I am, and I don't like when people be like, "Oh, you must think that you're ugly." I don't think I'm ugly.
I think it's very normal for other people to project their perception, their reality,
Yeah.
and their insecurity onto somebody else, especially
Yeah.
when they see someone exactly as they are.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's like I don't want people to think that like just because you have a birthmark, just because you have something like a little bit abnormal about you, you don't think that you're beautiful. You know, like you are beautiful. You are pretty. Don't let it like hide. Don't let it like put you down, that kind of stuff. No, you are just perfect the way you are. Like what my mom said.
Amazing, amazing. I would love to meet your mum.
Yes, I think you will love her as well.
Maybe one day she should come on the podcast.
Oh my God, yes. She can talk a lot.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
do
she
that
talks a
one
lot,
day.
yeah.
All right, so today we would love to understand more about your journey with eczema actually. Because when we met, we have briefly chatted about your journey with eczema, and I was just so impressed, like knowing how much you went through, and yet you're still so cheerful. So you mentioned that your eczema started on your ring finger when you were 21.
Yes.
Yeah, tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so I had an eczema patch like over here on my ring finger over here. It was very itchy, and then I was telling like my parents about it, and then they were like, "It's okay, it will subside," because we just thought that put steroid on top, and that's pretty much it lah. But then I realized that it sort of spread, and then it became on my hands. It was on my elbow, on my arms, and then on my feet, on my neck, and it just felt very abnormal. And then I just like, I think I need to go to a doctor. And I went to a normal GP, and then they prescribe you steroid, right? Steroid cream and everything, because they're like, looks all good, it's all fine, you're good. Then I just lived my life, it was all good, and then again, another flare up. And this time it spread even wider. It was at the back of my neck, it became at the front of my neck. It became like at my thighs, it became a lot of places, and then I went to another dermatologist. And that's when he was like, "Oh, okay, it's a bigger patch now. It's a bigger patch. Let me prescribe you like oral steroids, which is prednisolone." And then he prescribed me antibiotics and a lot of other stuff that I don't remember. That's like years ago. Yeah. And then I was on steroids for I think a month. And then he gave me steroid cream as usual. And then I was fine again for another like 3 to 4 months. And then I realized that, it comes back again. Then that's the journey when I keep looking for another doctor, flare-ups again. Another doctor, flare-up again. And throughout this journey, I realized that like, wow, a lot of doctors, they don't understand my condition. They don't understand my condition as one thing. And another thing is they do not have the compassion to understand your condition, because there's a doctor that looked at me and was like, you don't look that. Like there are other people out there who has like bigger condition than you. Why are you like making things like even worse than they are? And it was very, I honestly, because of that doctor, I honestly thought that I was fine.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's when I was like, wait, maybe this doctor is not right. Then I go to another doctor. But same thing, steroid, flare up. And then I think at that point I was also like very stressed at work. I was also not eating very healthily because at the time I don't earn a lot. So because of that, and then from the place I work at, the only thing I can eat was warung food. So it's only fried food, unhealthy food all the time, because that's the only thing I can afford, right? Then that's when I realized that my flare-up got even worse. Stress makes it even worse. I had enough, and I was like, you know what? Let me go to Australia and study. Went to Australia, and I was like, oh, okay. My flare was gone. It was actually gone for 6 months, and I was living a very normal life. Yeah, and it was very nice because I was like, wow, I can finally feel like I'm normal after like 2 years, I think. And it felt very nice, but then like when spring hits, that's when, the pollens and everything, my allergies became really, really bad.
Do you know what you're allergic to at that point of time?
No. I wasn't aware. And all I know is there's a flower outside of my room. And then because of that flower, because I opened the windows during spring for the wind to come in. And then I think the pollen came in as well, and then I have very bad allergies. And then that's when my flare got even worse than how I was in Malaysia. Yeah, so it was like, the time in Malaysia, it was like my neck was really bad. So this time around, my feet got really bad that I couldn't walk.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I remember going to the beach, during summer, and then I put my feet at the seawater, and you can imagine, it stings so much. And I thought that, because I've heard that, if we put in the seawater, it can get better sometime. It did not get better. It stings for the entire 2 hours I was there.
Yeah, I kind of want to share, like, for example, this is a classic case of salt water is not meant for everybody. Like, for example, for me, I have psoriasis, right? I have chronic psoriasis where if I go to the sea and I spend some time in the sea, my skin condition would definitely improve. But the reality is eczema skin is actually more brittle compared to psoriasis skin. That's why when you dip your feet into the seawater, it stings so much because your skin barrier was already very brittle.
Yes, exactly. And because of that, like, I realized that, because I love the ocean, I love to go to the beach, and that's when I feel so sad. I'm like, oh no, does it mean that I cannot go to the beach anymore? And I got sad, but I'm like, okay, never mind. This is how life is, you just have something gives you this big obstacle, and then you just have to power through that, just find ways to be flexible so that you can be comfortable, So that's how I see it. So even though like I had to make big sacrifice of not going to the beach anymore, I was like, okay, it's fine, never mind, I can just push through. And then during the summer, it got even worse, and then after that, I go back to Malaysia. Can you imagine that Malaysia is so very hot, then it gets even worse and worse and worse. At a point of time, I didn't go to the doctor.
When you came to Malaysia, when you came back to Malaysia, how old were you then?
I was 24, I think.
So you were in Melbourne for 3 years?
I was in Melbourne for 1 year only.
Okay.
Yeah, I was in Melbourne for 1 year, and then like I came back, and then I had really bad eczema flare-up because of the weather and everything. And then I didn't go to the doctor because the thing is, to be really honest, like after going through so many appointments last time, before Melbourne, it honestly traumatized me because like when there's doctors out there who invalidate your experience, there's doctors out there who is not compassionate about your experience, you just don't want to see any more doctors.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would love to validate what you're feeling, because that was what I felt for a very long time. Ever since I was diagnosed with the condition psoriasis at the age of 14, I have seen so many doctors. I couldn't keep count anymore.
Yeah.
And most of the experience was very traumatizing because the process was incredibly inhumane, and I just felt like I was just queuing up to see a machine to tell me my diagnosis and prescribe me medication, and I was not even informed of the side effects of the medication that I was given. So the process was incredibly confusing, and it was very scary for a teenager to go through that, because like we don't know what's going on. We already felt so helpless and hopeless, and for the medication to not work, and also feeling like everything was our fault.
Yes. Oh my God, yes.
And like we were in pain, and then yet we were told that no, you're not. It's okay. There are much more pain that people face outside of your world, right? And it just completely invalidate our living experience.
Yeah.
It just made me feel like I'm a crazy person.
Yes. Oh my God, it makes me feel so crazy as well. Yeah, and that's the reason why like it's so nice to meet another person with like similar condition as well,
Yeah.
because like we validate each other's experience.
We get it.
Yes, we understand each other. Oh my gosh. Yes.
I get you, girl.
Yeah, it also makes me feel like a crazy person because like I'm in so much pain, but then the doctors are like, no, you're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But having said that, of course, there are plenty of doctors who are compassionate, who
Yes.
really are there to really journey with you, with your condition, making it better day by day. But sadly to say, not all doctors are like that. And this is something that I believe that we need to talk about it more.
Exactly. There's a gap between a lot of the doctors and the patients. Like for us, it's eczema patients, psoriasis patients. There's a gap over there that like we don't understand the doctors and the patients don't understand. I mean, like patients don't understand the doctors and doctors don't understand the patients. So there's a gap over there that needs to be filled, and that's the reason why there's a platform like this, so that we can fill the gap. We can educate people, and we can bring light to people with this condition as well. So I think like that's why I appreciate this platform so much. So yes, thank you, Rocky,
No,
so
thank
much.
you. Thank you for being here too. Thank you for sharing your story.
Yeah, that's
So
good.
fast forward to today, right? Your journey has been quite a long one. 21 years old, and right now you're 27. It's been 6 years. So, how are things for you right now?
For now, things are a bit better, or a lot better actually, because even throughout the journey to here, I was hospitalized a few times, and it's because I have skin failure.
Okay.
That's when I think someone mentioned before, when the skin failure, it means that like you cannot regulate your body heat, and then like you're prone to a lot of like diseases, bacteria, infections. Yes. And because of that, like it will target other organs as well. So it targets your lungs, your heart, your brain, everything, that it has like full organ shutdown basically. So
You mentioned that before this happened, you were on different types of immunosuppressants.
Yes, I was on, oh my gosh, I was on so much. I was on MTX, methotrexate, I was on azathioprine, I was on baricitinib, batacitinib, and then right now I'm on dupilumab. Yes, so dupilumab.
Dupilumab is a type of biologics, I believe.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, it's a type of biologics. So that's what I'm on right now. I'm not too sure. I don't really know the details about that medication. The doctors have explained to me before, but you know, I'm the only focus I have is it works on you. And I'm like, okay, that's good. So I'm on this medication every 2 weeks. So every 2 weeks I have to go to the clinic and I have to get it injected to me over here.
Okay.
So for now, I'll be on this injection every 2 weeks. That's the duration. And after that, see the test of my condition. Then the doctor will be like, okay, then it'll be on 3 weeks. Then you can be on it for 4 weeks. So yeah, that's my current medication right now.
Does it mean you're still in the loading phase?
I was on a loading injection the first time when I was in the hospital. So I got 2 injections.
I see.
And then the second time I only have 1 injection, and then it's the same for the next few weeks lah. Yeah. Then besides that, I'm also on a special diet as well. I also seek for a nutritionist. So this nutritionist, he advised me to stop eating fruits, like any sweet fruits. What I call it, refined carbohydrates, basically sugar, noodles, all that stuff. And then no dairy, of course, no dairy. And also, wow, what's the last one? my nutritionist would kill me, oh my god. But yeah.
It's okay.
But yeah, it's okay. I remember when I have my lunch or have my dinner.
So basically, inflammatory foods like dairy and high sugar, like carbs and fruits. Okay.
Yes, that's basically
Got
it. And also like I'm on a lot of supplements.
Okay.
So I'm on vitamin D, I'm on this olive leaf, I'm on fish oil. So there's a lot of things I'm on right now, and like the amount of vitamins I take one day is like maybe 20 a day.
And you mentioned that the reason why you're on so many supplements was because that you did a blood test that shows that your inflammation marker was really high.
Yeah, my basically the reason why I was hospitalized is because the doctor found out that my IgE level, which is my allergy level, was at 95,000. And then the normal marker is at 100 and below.
Oh dear.
Yeah, and that's the highest that the doctor has ever seen in his 20s of his career. So because of that, he's like, you know what, I think you should be hospitalized, which I agree as well. Yeah, so because of that, that's the reason why I'm on biologics, but I'm also on nutrition as well, because I think that like diet plays a huge role.
Definitely.
Like with people with skin condition, definitely. So because of that, like I am on the supplements, I am on a diet, and I'm also on biologic, because I also don't want to be too dependent on the medication as well. I do want to be off the medication one of the days if I can.
Yeah. And so you are doing a lot for your skin, and of course I would like to say that not to say you want to do so much for your skin, is because you don't have a choice but to do so much for your skin, which I completely understand.
Yes,
So,
definitely.
How much are you spending every month?
Oh my gosh. Right now, for the injection itself is around 6,000 ringgit.
Okay.
And then, but luckily for the nutritionist, he's very kind, because when he saw my condition, and he's very kind enough to help me through this process. Yeah, and also, of course, there's gonna be skincare lah, as you can imagine.
Skincare is what you buy for yourself lah.
Yes, it's what I buy for myself. As you can imagine, like, like the entire tub of lotion can be gone within 1 month.
Totally understand.
Yeah.
So which one's your favorite brand?
QV.
Really?
Yeah. You don't like QV?
No, it's not I don't like it. I usually use Rose Skin.
Oh, I see you use rose skin. Yeah.
But maybe I should give it a try, QV. So, Hayley, like, few days ago, I posted a video about TSW.
Yes.
And you actually told me that, like, you were actually going through TSW.
Yes.
But actually, you didn't know about it.
Yeah, I did not know about it. I didn't know until I saw that video from Grace. Then I relate to a lot of her conditions. And I was like, it looks like I have TSW, because my skin was weeping, especially on my face. My face was weeping, was oozing a lot. And then like I was experiencing like I feel cold all the time. And then like literally like, cause maybe like a wind can hit me and I will feel like my skin hurts a lot. It feels like paper cuts basically. And every day when I'm showering, it's a very daunting experience for me, because like it feels like you're literally burnt alive every single day, and it's such a traumatizing experience even until now. Even like right now, my skin is like maybe 80% healed. I still struggle to shower a lot, because I'm at a point where like in my brain it's like, oh, you're going to experience pain. And I have to psych myself up to shower. It sounds ridiculous to a lot of people, but to me, it's really a traumatizing experience, because imagine the feeling of being burnt alive every single day. And that's not a nice feeling, you know? And because of that, it first developed as like refusing to shower. It developed to psych myself out for 2 hours. That it became like I cannot shower with the lights on, because I don't know, somehow I like to my brain it means that if I don't look at my skin doesn't hurt as much. That's what it seems to me. So even until now, like I said, my skin is 80% healed. I still have that mindset.
The PTSD.
Really, honestly, it's the PTSD.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, and I don't know if anyone can relate to that at all, but yeah, it's such a traumatizing experience, because not even that, like even for something simple like getting out of bed, it's really hard, because like your skin hurts, right? Like your skin is very tight. And then that's something as simple as eating as well, because like I have very bad eczema patch like around my lips, that like the only thing that I can insert in was maybe a straw or a teaspoon. So when I was eating, I was using teaspoon to eat my rice or anything like that. So the the latest hospitalization that I had, the reason why I was in was because like first it was my IgE level was too high, and second was the doctor realized that I lose a lot of weight, because when I weigh myself, I actually lost 8 kilos within 3 months because I wasn't eating enough. Yeah, so because of that, it really traumatized me. Even until now, like eating is also a very, it's scary to me. Like eating something big, like maybe like sweet potato, is scary to me. So I have to cut it out to very small pieces. And yeah, like TSW is not fun, guys. It's not fun. It makes you feel like you're not able to do the simplest things in life. Basically, it just makes me feel like I'm useless.
Because you couldn't do anything.
Because I couldn't do anything. And I had to rely on other people for very simple things, you know. And also, like, because before this, I was a very active person, because I was a gymnast, I was a cheerleader, and I was a swimmer. I do a lot of sports, and then suddenly with this condition, like, I can't do all of that anymore. And it's just sad, because like I went for this yoga retreat, and I couldn't do 80% of the things because, you know, stretching requires your skin to stretch as well, right? So it's really sad that, like, I just basically feel like I'm a very useless person, and it puts you in this space where, like, you question your existence, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, why do I have to experience so much pain? Why is it me that, like, you choose to have eczema, you know? And then, like yes, with so much pain and everything, but of course, I'm never the type of person where I always think about the bad things. I always see the light at the end of the tunnel. That's just my personality, I guess.
Positive person.
Yeah, and how I see it is, because of my condition, I can actually talk about it more. I can, like, shine light about this topic. Because of our condition, we have tendency to hide, right?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, and I was there too. I was hiding in blankets. I was hiding in hoodies, and that's why I think it's very important to have a platform to really tell people to not be afraid to shine, you know, even though you have this condition.
A lot of times, it's very normal for people to underestimate the impact of having a chronic skin condition, and the treatment process, the diagnosis process, and then putting our body through several medications, and then facing the side effects such as TSW, and having gone through that and still believe that, you know what, I'm still going to try.
Yeah.
I see all of that in you. And that's why I keep saying, I cannot believe that you went through all that. And yet, you're still a ball of sunshine. Speaking of shining a light on this topic, you were in a pageantry this year.
Yes,
Miss Amazing Malaysia.
Yes, Miss Amazing Malaysia season 2.
I was there during their finale. I was there during the finale. And she was just shining on stage.
Yeah.
So how was that experience for you?
It was very fun. Yeah, because like I went in without any expectation. Actually, I just went in because, like, I saw Sophie. She's also a psoriasis warrior herself, and she is the past winner of Miss Amazing Malaysia season 1. And I saw her condition, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's me. And because of that, I just want to go to this platform, and I just want to meet people to have same condition as me. That's literally just my mindset. And I'm right, because when I was there, even though I didn't really meet people with skin condition, I did meet people with different conditions. Like, I know people that has like type 1 diabetes. I know people that has like a form of arthritis. I know people that has like an amputated foot. And because of like this sort of like society, or like this sort of place that we are in, we share about our experience, and that's a very nice thing, because that's the first time when I feel validated about my experience. Because when people are like, oh, okay, I spent around 4K on medication. And I'm like, oh my God, same here. I spent around 6K. And then all of us were like, oh yeah, we're so poor, we're so broke.
And then we just laugh about it together.
Yeah, just laugh about it together, exactly. So because of that, and even though we have different experience, but like we share the same story, you know, is that like we are all in that spot where we want to hide,
Yeah.
where we don't want to show ourselves, where we hide our personalities. And that's when all of us were on this platform and we realized that no, why would we want to do that? Let's just make ourselves shine. And I think that's the beauty about this pageantry, is that like we make each other shine. And that's so beautiful because it makes me feel, not only I feel validated, I feel beautiful, I feel smart, I feel myself for the first time in a long time because of these wonderful girls around me. Yes, and also because of this pageantry, like I have not like put on makeup, I have not like made myself look nice in a long time. And that's the first time when like I put effort in myself. And that feels nice, you know, because I always like to do makeup before this. I like to dress up and everything. And I haven't done it in a long time before this pageantry. And during the pageantry, when I dress up, when I put on makeup, it's like I finally feel like Hayley again. And that's really, and that's very, very nice to feel, you know?
You feel like yourself again.
I feel like myself again. And yeah, even though I have skin condition, it's not the end of the world. That's how I feel at that moment. It gives me hope and it gives me more compassion to others with different conditions, and it gives compassion to myself as well. Because before this, I'm always like, I don't like my skin, I hate how I look, or I just don't like myself. And that's the first time when I feel love for myself. And yeah, so that's the reason why I am very grateful for this pageantry. It's a lot of self-discovery, honestly. It's a lot of self-discovery, and it gives me like this motivation, and it feels like I have a voice to speak out about like my eczema, you know, because of this. I feel like there's a lot of different ways that we can talk about our condition, not only just about like social media awareness. There's also like, you know, try to push for the government subsidy for the medication. There's also like, you know, like have some sort of pop-ups to show to people like at the malls, because like some people they don't really have the access to social media. So maybe like to have the access at public spaces to really show that, hey, like we have skin condition and these are the ways to cure it. It's not just steroids. There's also like these other medications as well. There's also like this kind of like holistic way of healing as well. You know, like let people know that there's options out there. There's not just one way of healing.
There's no one size fit all.
Yes, exactly. And that's also one thing that I want to talk about, which is like, yes, I am on dupilumab. Yes, I am on medication, but you don't have to follow like my footsteps, you know. You can find your own ways of healing yourself. Just always cater to yourself. Just always remember that you are important to yourself.
Yeah.
Yes. So even though like I'm on dupilumab and everything, there's also other ways. There's the holistic way, there's the nutritionist way, there's that's the regular hospital way. See which one fits you. Yeah.
I think Hayley just wrapped up our discussion very beautifully. Not only that she mentioned about the importance of having community, which community gives us the validation of our whole life experience with our own condition. Other than that, Hayley also simplify in a way that having community also open up your eyes in terms of how would you want to move forward in terms of how do we want to manage our condition. At the very moment, for eczema and psoriasis, there is no definite cure.
Yes, exactly.
Unfortunately. But there are so many other ways that we can choose and learn to manage it effectively according to our own life. Having community is also a platform for all of us to speak up for ourselves and to also build that compassion in ourselves that perhaps being in a circle of people who are healthy, we will never ever be able to get from them. Not to say they are unable to give it to us, to provide us that compassionate space. It's because sometimes, because they didn't go through what we went through.
Yes, exactly.
So it was impossible for them to relate to our experience.
Yes.
It's like when you tell people, oh, I'm spending about 10K every month on our medication, they will be like, are you freaking serious?
Yeah.
Why are you washing your money away?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, so talking to people who get it, it's very important. And I've talked about this for so many times on this podcast, is that you need to find your people who understand you, people who get you, people who want the best for you and wish the best for you and love you no matter what. People who are able to give you the space to be accepted or even practice acceptance. It is so crucial in our journey. So if you're listening to this right now and if you're still a lone wolf, a lone wolf in your own world, come on guys, it's time to step out of the shell and meet people just like you. And there are so many platforms out there who are organizing community gatherings once every few months or once every few weeks. You know, let yourself seen,
Yes.
reach out and just get active in the community. That would be the best thing that you do for yourself, for your journey, and for your mental health journey too.
Yes, exactly. A lot of the things that people don't see is that, like, yes, you have skin condition as it hurts. What they don't see is that the amount of mental torment that we have on ourselves because we fault ourselves, right? We are always like, why is my body like this?
What's wrong with me?
Yeah, what's wrong with me? Yes, exactly.
Why me?
Yeah, why me? Exactly the narrative. And we need to, that's why we need to talk to this kind of, like, people like us, you know, so that, like, we have that, we need to understand that, like, we need that compassion, we need that kindness.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why, yeah, head out. Find people like yourselves.
So Hayley, you got eczema at the age of 21. And at the age of 21, when your life was about to begin, literally,
Yes.
you were bogged down by this condition, eczema. What would you advise people who are in the same position as you? Because yes, when it comes to having skin condition, a lot of people have it in earlier stages of their lives, like teenagers or even in the toddler stage. For example, me, I had it at the age of 9. But for you, you had it when you were 21. So what kind of advice would you give to people just like that, having skin condition in their midlife? Not midlife, earlier midlife, I don't know.
Yeah.
But you know, reaching young adulthood, that stage lah.
I would say take things slow. Yeah, like I'm the kind of person where I always give 120% to things. I'm very competitive. I'm very, like, when I do something, I give my all. And I realized that, like, that's not good because you burn yourself out, right?
Yeah.
And, like, because especially for people with our condition, like, we get tired very easily as well, especially with people with TSW, we get tired very, very easily. So give yourself that compassion and the time to slow down, to know that, like, you're not superhuman, that you're just human. Take care of yourself. Don't just think that I need to achieve something because you're 21. Just don't think that, like, I need to be at a certain position at a certain amount of time. That's not what's important. What's important is your health. What's important is your happiness. Oh my gosh. Yeah, something I want to tell myself when I was 21 is, like, focus on your happiness, please. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's always, yeah, that's my advice. Focus on your happiness and always remember to slow down. Focus on your health. And that's the most important thing ever, besides money. Even though I know I'm paying a lot for medication, yes, but besides money, your health is at the utmost importance.
Thank you so much, Hayley.
Thank you so much as well.
I really appreciate you sharing your journey in such a open way, and I hope that your journey will be able to reach out to people just like you. And if any one of y'all would like to be in touch with Hayley, I will put her IG handle in the description box or in the screen right now. So yeah, this is a classic example. This is an opportunity for you guys to reach out to people just like you. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And I hope we stay in touch.
Yeah, definitely.
I hope that you will continue to be courageous and beautiful and keep shining a light to people that are just like us.
Yeah, same goes to you as well. I
Yeah.
hope that you continue to spread the message, spread the knowledge, and spread the kindness to everyone with our condition.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Bye.